My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Alright, let's have a look at the different missions that we might be able to do here. So, getting the armored gloves, I have to ask the little girl in the village about it. Determining where the shot came from, I want to do all of those. Obviously, the doomed hostel is something I can do now.
Hey, was there something you needed?
I saw nothing about the whirling. I decided to warn you. I discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from the whole thing. So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as part of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. The whirling also has the East Delta Pinball Arcade. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms. Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, Matt. That's how long I've worked here. I kept this place up through hate and through sleet. Hail, rather, and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doomed ghost... Ugh. He steadies his voice. He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him. You really care about the whirling, huh? Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. You shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know. I don't place much stock in the curse and all, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay in a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. And who named it the Whirling-in-Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't a real estate company. It was you. You look surprised? What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. What song? Hail Holy Queens. Hail Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad. Good to pick. The lieutenant nods. What about the other cafeterias you manage? What about them? He shrugs. One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. And I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts. He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling. Well then, good luck to you with this place. Luck has nothing to do with it. He looks towards where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to set up those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Against the doom, it's implied. So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, or can we, wrap it up? Classy in room 2, she nicked the phone line. It's none of my business to tell you that. Alright, doomed commercial area solved. We did it. Hey, anything to say to me now? About this hat I'm wearing. Yeah, this is not relevant. Alright, fine. Let's pounce. So, 2 of the locations I want to go to are down in the village. One of them is up in Rue de Saint-Ghislain between 10A and 33. So, let's go visit kind of like Joyce Messier, I think. Effectively. I am worried that, like, we've had, like, the subjects and suspects, rather, changed a couple times. I am worried we might be getting pretty close to the end now. Ah, Joyce has left. Fare thee well. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce says on the note. That's concerning. It's pretty deeply concerning. There's so many mysteries around here that I still haven't solved. But the fact that Joyce has gone to the village, like, it seems like a lot of characters are moving over to the village now. Seems like it's setting up for the end game. I'm gonna try and stop thinking about that, but it is worrying me. Alright, hang on. Tell me where the shot came from. Boardwalk. Okay. I thought it was going to be like atop one of these buildings, but I'll check the boardwalk. I really wish I had a little bit more accurate of a location to be going towards here, but I'll check the boardwalk, I guess. Although I thought I did. Although I wasn't, you know, hitting tab as I was running along it, so it makes sense I'd be missing a few things. Yeah, they would have had to be on a roof. I don't understand why we're looking at the boardwalk here. Yeah, they definitely would have had to be on the roof. Alright. Check the island. Check Land's End. Where's Land's End? I can't zoom in on this map. Land's End, Land's End. Like, the only thing that I can think of at this point in time is just trying to do things that will move me up and then checking from up. What rooftops do I have access to? I've got this balcony, but would have said the balcony, I think. Wasn't part of the doomed commercial area, was it? Also, I still don't know how to open this door. And no amount of those is enough to help me. There's also, like, in the doomed commercial district, there's another door as well. Or rather, the icebox that I can't open. In the doomed commercial district, there's also the what would you call it? The filament that I can't solve. We can't be running towards the end game. I think I'm fine to go to the village. I'm gonna get really nervous. Like, I'm very completionistic about games like this. So if I end up in a situation where it's like, you're in the end game now, I'm gonna be real sad. Like, I pretty much want the game to tell me, hey, you've done everything, now move on. And it's been pretty good about telling me those things. I imagine it would be pretty good about telling me, hey, don't move on. A sewer grate, the gateway to the river of filth. Yeah, it's been pretty good about telling me things so far. I have no reason to believe that would change in the future. Fine. That'll settle my concern here for a little bit. Let's go find Lily first, I think. Don't need to go into that building. Oh, Lily. Actually, I'm going to talk to Lillian. rather than
The
Lily
waves
first.
are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much? What is it with you and the waves? What is it with the waves and fishermen? She tilts her head and looks out to the sea. We need them to be out there with them. We need to be out there with them. Fishing, making a living. So I ask them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to help you the best I can. She adds with a smile. So what'll it be, officer? I need to explore the coast for that. Kin's presence makes it awkward. Oh, interesting. That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. I point to the sunken vehicle. Oh. She looks in the pointed direction. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? It's an installation. Very conceptual. An official investigation has just been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am. That's great. The woman glances towards the wreckage again. Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral. Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you. Of course not. It was a joke. You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage? Aye, feels deserved, don't you think? Feeling in the light of duty and all that. I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages. And why so? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least. Life world? Someone's been reading up on the last Gothwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now. Alright, I'm in, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? Oh yeah, she says with a chuckle. You won't even be able to get it out of there by out of the water before early June, and where are you gonna bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest just to leave them there and take let nature take care of it. That's all we have for the time now. That's all we have time for right now, anyway. The lieutenant looks at you sympathetically. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or... The lieutenant looks at you almost gently. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do, like the murder investigation, for example. He liked the Coupre funeral idea. Looking for someone else, actually. Oh, who? I'm looking for a suspect who may have stayed in this neighborhood. Okay. When did the person stay here? Very recently, over the past couple days. She might have arrived on Friday. Oh. She looks slightly disappointed. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. Weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Really? Yes, it's the most optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to get settled out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. A faint smile runs across her face. Maybe I could help you find someone else? That's it, I'm not looking for anyone else right now. Really? You're not also looking for Nadia Harkiner? Or Ignis Nielsen? Or the great lost city of Ai under the waves? I am looking for a lot of stuff, aren't I? A lot of stuff, she concurs with a smile. I guess so. Doesn't feel like it to me. I could be doing more. Maybe there's someone missing from your life? Oh, she chuckles. There's plenty missing. But that's too much for an evic terrier like you to handle. Although you seem very thorough. Tell me instead, is there something else I can help you out with? I was thinking that was like a little bit of a flirtatious line there. Oh, is there someone missing from your life? I got it. It's Lily in disguise.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Not Ruby, sorry. Not Lily, I mean Ruby. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby on the coast? Nay, I haven't seen anyone today. Because she's blind. Which you seem to have forgotten. Oh, because you're blind, right? He's a sharp one, she says as she runs her hand across the washboard. She's being evasive. She does know something. There was a murder in Martinez. He points east. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you know? What? I've lost her voice entirely. Would you know? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. I have enough information to say the second line, and I think I will. This is like when the man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. It's not like that man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself. Completely lost her voice. I can't do it. Like Ivan, plucking at the window glass. I see. So you know something, but you've decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there anything else? I see, ma'am. The lieutenant turns to you. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. That would make sense. Although I did just come from here. And I also checked the shack when I was here originally. Ah, floorboard. As you look through the floorboards in the corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it is scratched. Move the board aside. The hollow space under the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust underneath. What's in there? Nothing particularly catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden in the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea. Search through sand and sawdust. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry. Not like outside. Fine dust, and then something hard, wrapped in paper. What is it? You pull out a small cylindrical object. You pull it out. It's a bullet. Bullet, interesting. The floorboard doesn't care, but maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get this feeling, this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. I have enough electrochemistry to try that. You know what? Fine. Let's put on all our electrochemistry clothes. Oh. I already have a lot of electrochemistry clothes on. Wait, hang on. These... Oh, those jeans do give me electrochemistry. Interesting. So electrochemistry is now +3. I don't think this is going to work. It didn't even increase it. So is it only using my base? All right. Let's also have a look at the Searchlight Division thought that we came up with. Missing persons cases just really get to you. It's hard watching people worry about their loved ones. The little nervous eye movements, the dark rings around their eyes from sleepless nights. Even if there are no loved ones waiting. You like to have all of your ducks in a row, and it really bothers you when whole entire people aren't accounted for. Yeah, 3% doesn't work. Even after increasing, we're still on... Huh. So, my physique base is 1. I guess I do only have 3. That's fair enough. Jump out of here and ask the washerwoman. Pick dialogue options that begin with hold on or wait to gain additional information before the conversation moves on. Interesting. I didn't know that this entire time. So I imagine those are guaranteed to not advance the track of things.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure. A bullet? The lieutenant turns to you rather and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there. She shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, wringing out a rag. Yes, I lent my room to that Ruby girl. And I've done it before when she was in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday. Left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? She generally seems worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different. That's for the police to find out. The lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Right then. Please answer please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we'll have a few. You said she left on Monday? Yes, early with the dogs, around 8, I think. She's probably heard the lieutenant's kinema drive up, and it woke her up, just like it did you. Kim, she must have heard your kinema. Yes, that is the downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. His voice is tinged with pride. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming. And this is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it like I always do. Is there anything else in there? No. The truth, sire. What is she like, Ruby? She is good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't really get a lot of quality conversations, so I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much to you in her last day? No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell it hasn't come to fish. Usually, she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back to her shack, thinking. You can ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in mind. Do tell. A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan. Exit from what? The world. The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you and then the old woman. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you deep in thought. She then makes up her mind. No, she's a fighter. She really believes that. Where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast? She tried to leave quickly, but the hinges on the door screeched like a cat in it. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in heavy boots, heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, you hear, you'll never find her, you know. The tone is without malice. She knows the coast back the back of her hands. You only just arrived. I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Yes, it's going to be much work for you to find her. She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now. Better for you to stay. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater. No, you can do it. You have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls. I have more questions. Enough about Ruby. Alright, I never mind. I have no other questions. One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air is getting colder. She really means it. It's an honest plea. She's a good girl. Whatever she has gotten herself mixed up in. Is it going to be like a justified killing situation? Like, oh, I had actual evidence that he was about to murder everyone. So I had to do it. And now I'm running away from the law. Is it going to be that kind of situation? I'm feeling like it's going to be that kind of a situation. The very end is going to be us deciding whether or not to arrest him. All right, let's take those tools out of our hands. Let's also have a look at the bullet that I just picked up. Um. What happened to my bullet? I found a 9mm bullet, right? Maybe showing it just got rid of it immediately? Maybe it was never an item? I heard there was a girl who has armored gloves. Is that you? Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones too. Heavy. Where did you get these gloves? Found them when Lammy and I were playing hide and seek. It's an empty house where no one lives. I think someone hid them there. She doesn't want you to think she stole them. And where are the gloves now? I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid. She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye as though searching for confirmation. We are going to need those gloves. It's for an important police business. It's for important police business. He enunciates the last two words very carefully. Well, she doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part. They're in my sandcastle. She points somewhere outside. Behind our house, under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. Do you know anyone named Ruby? Ruby? Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret. My mom says I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say. Or like, sometimes I can, but then. Kids. The lieutenant shakes his head. Are the twins outside your brothers? Yeah! She frowns. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart. They look identical, right? I just said the same thing. They look dead kick. She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter. Bye. The girl's large, curious eyes remained fixed on you. All right. I'm getting those gloves. That'll solve two of my missions at the same time. Find a piece of the equipment and find the gloves as well. And I'm going to wear them. Perfect. Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back at you from what must have previously been a vast underground catacomb network. Broken. The little castle? The lieutenant smiles a little. The reigning lord must have come up some. The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times. Sorry, it's really difficult to read this sentence because there is a misspelling in here, and it means like the next word does make sense. Like, come upon some really though times. What? Come upon some really tough times and let it slip into such decrepitude. Reach in the catacombs and pull out the shiny object. Found him. The walls and floor give way to the giant's greed, collapse, and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets. Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front. Gauntlets are enclosed. Good to see it. +2 to interfacing. Ooh. Baby. Clenching and unclenching your fists has never been so fun. The tiny ceramic plates make a lovely sound when your fingers move. The gloves are a bit sandy, but the grip is phenomenal. As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you can knock out about anyone with just one punch. But you don't like to talk about it all that much. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away as the plates reorient to your emotions. I will be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to show off. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks with a spring in your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do to you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. One down, 2 pieces to go. Here I come. 2? You sure that correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious. Okay. I have 2 banked skill levels as well, I think. Searchlight Division, I don't really care to learn about that. Don't really have anything I want to level up at the moment. We'll see what, like, white quests we want to rewall before we do that. So we did neglect... Oh, hang on. Little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chip. So we did avoid going too far up this way last time. But now it seems like the game is driving me directly to it. We may as well go a little bit further up this way this time. Up. The water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipe? The beams are splintered. The bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broke it. My god, this is a much larger area than I thought. Phew. Means we're probably not at the end game. No boat in the houseboat today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Savoir-faire, but lower visual calculus on the oversized superstar sunglasses. Is your own stardom too dazzling for your eyes? Can't bear to even look at your own fabulous reflection in the mirror? Then these classic oversized sunglasses are just for you. The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Ancient paint is peeling off of the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here. Correct. The lieutenant examines the wall closely. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. In a even greater than average bullet hole frequency in Martinet sense. Grim affairs. Meaning this is a lot of bullet holes. He brushes the wall with his hand. Looks like a semi-automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. Why not? The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. And we do need to retain some humanity in this world. Alright. So this is probably where, like, this is the firing squad wall, right? pretty sure that one's how that one goes down. Right. So now I'm looking for anything that has viscalc and anything that's lowering my viscalc here. Okay. Really could have sworn I had another thing that increased my viscalc. Apparently not. Alright. Got him. I was right. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them. A dozen of them, at least. Their heads lowered and their eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, the other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on wooden planks in the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading? Yeah. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine has since washed away all of the blood. Not a trace remains. What is this? The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. Look at the people against the wall. A host of men in probably everyday clothes, ragged from conflict and covered with dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people. Familiar, each and every one of them. Who were they? Comrades. The forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise above the horror, against the horrors of the world. Look at the line of soldiers. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats holding automatic rifles aimed at people. Soldiers from some side. But which one? Look at the person standing on the side. The commandant gives the order. Machine gun fire crackles through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes, dancing on his face. Kim, who was in this execution? At first, the lieutenant doesn't say a word. He just stares at the wall. I don't know, he says finally. I don't know who died here. Lined up against that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. Well, considering well-worn outfits, probably the latter. It could even be the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as the building was taken over by revolutionists. Or maybe, you mentioned coalition forces. Could it be them against the wall? Yeah. It's very likely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant. The superior giving the orders. A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Oh, so I have the ability to, like, reinterrogate this. I mean, I have all of my information. I shouldn't need to. Sign says, Entre interdit. Interdite? Entre interdite. I don't know what that means, but I know it is there. Potent Pilsner. I should probably also get my Tare bottle out. Tare bag out, rather. Yeah, especially in this area, it seems like I might have already missed a fair few opportunities to pick up some bottles. I don't want to have to retread my steps later, so let's just quickly see if any of this works. I mean, we got a couple bottles there, anyway. A few extra real. There's probably an achievement for getting every bottle, right? But I'm not going to be able to get it. Nor do I really want to. I don't like the collect everything achievements, but I do want, like... I do want anything that just means that I got more missions done. Because that's more content, y'all. Found Peepo Peepo. +2 logic, -1 perception. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? The door is not only barred shut, but it's inaccessible. Alright. I can see this from this side, right? An old ticket taker booth. No longer in operation. People paid money to park there? No one would now. There's a fair few people up here to talk to, which means more accents. And tiny cages, carefully constructed. Oh, these are the cryptozoologists, I imagine.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why's the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the
You want to
cryptozoologist.
wear the pleasure.
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance. Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Ah, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damned waterlock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
You don't need to know that I broke it. You know what? Look, owning up to your mistakes is one of the first things about getting over them, right? Yeah, that was me. I broke the waterlock with my motor carriage. It's fixed now, but you can go back.
You broke the waterlock with the motor carriage? But there was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle, it said Samaran Butter.
I guess you're right. It was all the sign's fault. Anyway, you can go back now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary, we can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the Phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You can learn a few things from him. So, it seems like this conversation is going to take a fair while. So I'm going to quickly get going, because we've reached our 40 minutes. So that means I'm going to do the rest of the conversation in the next episode. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Disco Elysium. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my contents on the game, past, present, and future. And hopefully, we'll see you next time.